Oh, there we go. Welcome, everybody. We're picking up on Foundation where we left off last time. I think we are on the cusp of something great. So let's go ahead and get that pulled up here. Yeah, go with the most recent one. And then I think I realized in watching back a little bit, it would be nice to scoop my picture down just a tad so that you can see extra stuff in the menu. Although, I guess I was watching before I resized the entire thing, so give me a second here. Full screen, okay. Now let's see how the picture shows up for you. Any second now. I just barely switched to another game and did some adjusting of the what's on screen on, I guess it would have been Saturday. So now I just need to make sure. Yep, that should be the case. Come on. So it's not considered full screen. There we go. Yes, okay, perfect. And in that, I was looking to scoot that down just a little more, and then I think you should have access to all of the little messages and menu items that you might have missed out on before. It wasn't a ton, but just a little bit. Alright, so let's see if we can remember where we were last week. Yes, good evening, everybody. Okay, so we're over here. We've got watch post here, houses that are being rebuilt to be medium density or high quality. Yes, this is in fact the update of Foundation that just came out a couple weeks ago. Let me add that to the chat here. I'll pin that. Alright. Now in this, we had just recently started working on getting some coal out here, a forester to make sure that they had a constant source of it. Here we've got a sheep farm that we had recently built, that they're just waiting on the sheep to actually mature enough to be able to start harvesting their wool. We have a stonecutter camp here that can't do much because they're full of stone. We've got a bakery here and a windmill that are both functioning based on the wheat output of these two wheat farms, which are currently just waiting for there to be enough harvest, or, yeah, waiting for the growth enough to harvest all the wheat, so that then that can go to both the windmill, and then eventually that flour can be taken to the bakery to make bread. Currently we have no wheat, we have no flour, and we have an okay amount of bread. And that bread is needed to be sold to my people here. We're doing okay on meat, but it's not here currently. Oh good, you've got some. Okay, I think maybe we need to build another stand out here to sell bread. Because there are people that need two different types of refined food, and currently this market only sells meat. To get bread, I think they have to cross the river. And eventually I would like to have access in both places, because people don't want to, they're not going to be too happy if they have to walk too far to get those resources. So, let's go here. Let's edit that building. We'll throw on another food stall. And let's just put it over here, I think. And we have all different tent types. Since that one is our refined food being the meat, I think. Pretty sure that was the meat one. Yeah. Let's go ahead and have another refined food right here to match. Okay. And we'll go ahead and say it's a food stall. It's not necessary to put this in here, but it does add to my labor splendor, which helps as far as just increasing my ability to research different things and to work with neighboring towns and things. So, build that. And then, let's see, with that in the process, what are things looking like over here at this market? We've got, oh, we already have meat and bread over here. Okay. I think we might as well sell some berries over here too to help make sure that we supplement the fish as a rustic food. So let's go ahead and edit this one and throw on another food stall. And you know what? Yeah, we'll just turn it right here. Or, no, for the sake of, I think more foot traffic happens on that side. And don't actually know what's sold where. Because all of them are essentially empty. I think that one's food, but I couldn't tell you which. Doesn't really matter as far as colors go, so let's just say red for berries. Go ahead and apply that. Now, the question is if they got this one done fast enough. Looks like they did, so we're going to throw another person on there and assign them no, not berries. This one was bread. And man, still dealing with this wool to cloth to clothing delay. Okay, a couple more people here, which is great. As soon as this one's done, I'm assigning it berries. Now I have a granary here that's holding all sorts of resources. Okay, we've got our hops. Need more entertainment. Okay. Suppose I need a place to put leftover beer and hops. Because I'm running out of storage space. So I think I will expand this one. And throw a depot on there. Doesn't necessarily have to be connected, but might as well be right next to it. And I think maybe that's worth doing at this one over here as well. Because I think I still just have the one granary here. Yeah, we could definitely use some more space to help expand and make sure that all of our productivity buildings are still outputting stuff. We'll actually connect it right here. Yeah, okay. Once that's done, we'll have access to, I think, twice as much storage space. If not, just 2 more spots instead of 4. Which is way better than none of it. Here. Okay. Perfect. Big lumber camp here, but I was trying to look at other types of storage. We've got regular wood, which I think we don't need that much, so I'm going to refuse to keep stocking it. Hopefully they unstock that, and then I can replace it with something else that we want to have more of. either polished stone or planks, or maybe more tools. Or what do we have just a ton of? Iron ore, maybe. Or coal. This one... I guess we already have an iron ore here thing that has none in it at the moment, so having an extra space for it currently won't be super effective or efficient. Over here we got, oh, multiple things of coal. I think maybe we... I don't know. We'll figure it out. I got 5 more here that will need to be taken, and then we'll take care of it. How is this, not the church, this tavern doing? Got a public lounge there where people can attend. And there's also a service counter over here and a berry brewery. Which we've got the berries for. Just both workers seem to be at home, which is fine. They also only work at half productivity when they're here, because we could possibly promote them to become citizens rather than commoners. And this person actually looks to have their needs met, because they work in the tavern, they have their entertainment met. It's just a question of whether we can continue to maintain their goods need, because currently the only one of these 3 that I'm able to effectively and consistently make is the common clothes. And I only have 8 currently, 10 that can be sold to all 208 of my people. So I'm gonna chance it. Bernaldo, please don't burn me on this. Okay. Still need entertainment, which is great. 2 types of goods, which currently you have somehow. And luxury. So we need to figure out luxury in order to make sure that he stays happy and stays here. Okay. I bet now that other thing's done. Yep. Gonna assign you to berries and get a new guy here. Okay. How are things doing over here? Great. We're gonna assign... Already got bread and meat, hops, and more beer. And maybe excess berry brew, because it always takes them forever to make it. But since we have the berries, hopefully we can start building up an excess of berry brew to either sell or to just have on hand if it's needed. And then other than that... I don't know that I really have much else I need to put here. I guess hopefully we, also with our 2 wheat farms out here, will start being able to create an excess of bread, where currently we're like hovering around 50 or 60. I want to see that number kind of go up. Okay. Immigrant. Great. Now that I've expanded this one, I guess we have more resource, but not more people working there. So I need to figure out some buildings to employ our 8 unemployed people. Let's go ahead and put more beer here, more berry brew, and we'll do a bread. And you know, I guess it can't hurt to do another meat for now. Okay, now back over here. Still got the 5 wood. I guess I haven't spent it on anything. Okay, well, in that case, what can I build to employ people at? I guess let me go back to my progression. What have I unlocked that I haven't done? I don't have an inn lodge yet, but I've unlocked it. So I think that might be the thing that we do. Oh, but luxury market's also important. So let's go with that. And then before we actually build that one, we'll go into this tavern over here and have an inn lodge so that travelers can spend the night. Oh, and I forgot there was something over here? No. There was something that I could click on to get updates about. That was not it. There's one of these menus that, as I was looking into it, was going to be useful to give me information on visitors. But I don't remember where it was. But it was one of these checkbox type things like this. I don't know. I suppose we'll find it again eventually. But it's just, so far the game doesn't notify me when visitors are coming, just when they leave, whether they enjoyed their time or didn't. And it would be nice to just kind of be kept apprised of what's going on that way. Now, as far as in lodge capacity, I don't know how many visitors I normally need to prep for. Do I just go ahead and throw one that holds 5 people? Sure. Do I connect it to the regular one here? There's no room on the side, so I'd have to build upward. Maybe we just do a fun little thing over here and kind of connect it in the middle and raise it up. Because as you raise it higher, it does cost more, but you increase the capacity for it, which may be good. And since this is connected to both of those buildings... Oh, it's connected to the church too? I don't know how to feel about that. Scoot it over just a little bit, maybe. Okay. It is a little bit on the meadow, but that's fine. Oh, wait, that is the church. Don't want it to be connected there then. We'll maybe scoot it over to this side. Just have a real tall one. The rustic tavern entrance, which it doesn't need, but I think it looks nice. And visitors will be able to show up right here. And we'll apply that change. And that will help us complete this particular tutorial over here, which has to do with lodging travelers at our tavern. From there, still need to figure out how to trade stuff with Davenport, and with that, I think I just needed an excess of materials. Let's go to the trade book for that. Davenport. I can sell them boars, hops, beer, honey, wax, gems, candles, or bread. But I think this also just has to do with any kind of trade, so I could also buy from them. Don't need to buy fish. I could buy herbs. I could buy common wares. For 8. I think maybe we do common wares. I might have already done that last time and it just hasn't happened yet. Let's find out. Common wares. Yep, I said buy till 20. Cool. I think currently we're not going to worry about selling, even though currently there's no way for them to buy it from us based on the inventory we have. I think let's also do that with meat. I think we can sell fish below, let's say, 200. And then nobody wants to buy berries. Nobody wants to buy iron ore. We could sell polished stone, but I think I need to use that for common wares, maybe. Let's find out. Actually, it might be iron. I think I wanted common wares to be polished stone because we were in a better place for that, but that's not how it works. Common wares. Okay, nope, that's not it. Let's go into... I think I have the ability to make it here. Yes, okay. 3 planks and 1 iron. And iron, we currently don't have an issue with the iron ore, but it's churning it out into actual iron. That's the problem. But I guess it can't hurt to go ahead and get this started. I don't want to take up too much of this empty tree space, because while it's nice to have it to like have buildings here, this is primarily where a lot of woodcutting of mine is happening. Oh, did I claim you? I hope I did. I think I did. Okay, back to common wares. I think all of the iron is currently being made over here, smelted in this area. So let's go ahead and put this here. And it needs light fortification. Okay. Well, I guess before I can do that, I need to put a watchtower pointed at it. Okay, leave that there for now. Watchtower. Okay. Done, and that counts, so we'll build that too. Okay, and then while that's building, I also wanted to, well, we've done the inn lodge. We could build the luxury market, but I can't sell anything there until I have the luxury items like common wares. I actually don't even think that counts as luxury. I think luxury is more like jewelry, candles. So I don't think there's any point in currently building a luxury market, but we have it unlocked for future need. Ooh, we could have stone bridges. That'd be neat. We could improve our farms, which might be good. In fact, yeah, I think that's the plan. Okay. So, going back in this direction towards these farms, let's go ahead and edit that and give you more worker capacity. You can have 2 of these per farm. Yes. And then we'll have another one for this farm on this corner. decorations. Throw a little scarecrow in the middle. And then let's do a wheat barn over here as well. Now I would just expand all of the farms, but I'm curious to know if it's worth it to have a barn for storage, where it seems like most of my wheat just immediately gets taken away. But with the larger amount of workers for this field, we'll have to see if that helps impact the amount of output that I have. Okay, great. So I can expand that field out as soon as we get those built, because currently it's adequately sized for the 3 farmers we have, but as we more than double that, because I think it's going to be 4 more, 2 on each building, we'll have to probably double the size of our wheat field. So we'll see how that goes. Okay. Great job, Northbury, buying 3 planks for 3 coins. Very helpful. Oh, you know what I realized just now? Because I keep forgetting that this is a thing. When it comes to selling resources, they'll only buy them if I have them in storage, like in my storage facilities. They'll also only sell them to me if I have space for them to put it. So, with buying common wares, of course I haven't bought any because none of my storage spaces are equipped to just take common wares. But since this coal hasn't been used, we'll switch it to common wares right now. And then in the next time that a trader comes who's selling common wares, they'll bring it to that point and sell it to me. Okay. Well, while that's being updated and that's being done, we'll have an innkeeper here who's a serf. Upgrade you to a commoner because that makes you better suited for this job. Oh, okay. I guess at least currently this inn lodge only will lodge 1 visitor when fully staffed. So it's not great. But maybe that's just currently what it is until it's fully built. We'll see. If that's the case, then maybe I could have gone with a smaller building, but it's alright. Okay. That's still being built. I think let's switch this one to beer because the berry brewer is not particularly fast, and we've got more beer than we have on hand berry brew. So, oh boy, our first beer is served. Mugs are raised high, and the village eagerly anticipates the good times ahead in their beloved tavern. So we get a happiness boost, I imagine. Yes, 10% for a rejoicing tale. Okay, well, supposedly the unhappiness is really only attributed to taxes. Everything else is very minimal, meaning that they're upset that maybe it's not as easily accessible for every single person, but overall, people's needs are still getting met for the most part. So, I'm happy with that. More people. Okay. Where are you from? From Middle. Okay. I don't want to buy any of that from you. I mean, if I'm being honest here. Let's go back to trade routes. Middle. If I were to buy something like iron, it would be 5 each. Maybe we do consider that. Go to our iron. We buy up to, let's say 10. So we spend a maximum of 50 a month on it. Okay. I need to build another builder's hut. If I can hit the right keys here. There we go. Builder's workshop. Because the closer the builders are, the quicker buildings get done. Oh wait, that is part of the meadow there. I don't want to take up sheep space. So maybe we'll put it over here behind the church. And then we'll stock it up with 3 builders, which will help as far as our unemployment rate. Prioritize the building of the wheat farm upgrade, because hopefully that will help the entire production line of bread. That does mean that I think it'll be prioritized over the inn lodge, but that's okay. It's mostly there as far as materials go. And back here... Okay, we've got the watchtower, which is great. And then the common wares is under construction. And it's getting its last materials right now. So that's great. Okay, we've got our quarries over here. Thinking... After all that's built, is there anything within my progression we don't have the money for it at the moment to unlock either of those. I could do this with my labor splendor, which is currently 38. I could spend 20 of it on either of these things. Just making my manor house look nicer, or my tavern look nicer, if needed. Let's start with the tavern. And then as soon as I have the clergy splendor, so I need to make my churches look nicer, then I can start doing beekeeping to get honey and wax, which are both going to help as far as luxury. Which actually means I think I need to decorate my church more. I remember we started doing that at the very end of last session, and I fully forgot that we were probably going to continue that. So, back to clergy splendor. Let's go ahead and get a brazier over on this side of the church. And maybe a little statue. wall torch that is required to be attached, but it doesn't give me an option to attach it anywhere. That's fine. Do a hanging lantern over here. Oh, and it costs more money than I have. But that'll give us 6 more, which will put us exactly at 24. We need 1 more than that. And let's go with a little rose bush. So that'll cost 65, so as soon as I have it, we're going to hit go on that. Somehow we ended up with no longer the excess of cash that we once had. So that's something we're going to have to deal with. Could theoretically levy a tax immediately. When are taxes collected again? I don't know. Oh, that's right. I unlocked a privilege last time that I forgot about. So the current one that we have increases trade price bonus. Gives us 10% more on those. Residential taxation happiness effect is decreased. Yeah, let's do that. So, as I tax them more, they will be less likely to be upset about it, which is nice. So if I go back into my taxation menu here, I'm gonna up that, and I'm not gonna worry about that one. Let's stick with that for now. I'm now in the red. Well, I guess we can hit apply on those changes as soon as I've got the money. But in the meantime, let me go back and look and see. This is in fact done, but if I throw 4 more workers on there... Okay, the fields cannot go in the trees, which is fine. Still too small, huh? I guess maybe... Let's do that. It's adequately sized now. And then I'm also going to mark this area for wood cutting so that it can be cleared and used as field space. Now, I don't know the urgency at which they, will get all of the zones, or if they just stick to the ones nearby first. But I guess we'll find out. Okay, this is Davenport, which means they're going to sell us some common wares. And as far as what they could buy, I don't have enough of anything to really sell, so I will just keep it as is for now. not hurting for it here. I switch stone to polished stones. I can lose those 5 excess, that's fine. Because I have stone masons that I'm sure have space to put those polished stones. I don't want them to run out of work. So, from there, let's see. Okay, I have almost enough money, I believe. That's 55. Great. I had exactly enough money. But that gives us the 23 Clergy Splendor. What do you mean? There should be more than that. I wonder if, because I couldn't afford it. Yeah, it looks like the statue's not there. Or maybe it's a weird glitch, who knows? No, the statue's there. What do you mean? Is it not done? It's weird for that to, like, be there in highlighted as it is, but not actually physically there. Oh, it's because it does require resources, the polished stone. Where almost every other decoration, like these ones over here, just cost money. That one actually has to be physically built, which is great. So as soon as that's done, we'll have enough to get our beekeeping going. No, I think looking over here. What are we looking at as far as wood cutting? Okay, we go all the way over there. Cut down all these trees. Well, maybe not these ones. Because I seem to remember over here there was a hunting. Yeah, okay. So don't cut these, I guess. Alright, we've reached Clergy Tier 2. So, we can spend 5 of those. Oh wait, that's a different resource. Don't have to spend the Splendor. That just constantly increases. But I could spend 5 of my Clergy Influence to get beekeeping. Let's do it. That's a building for the monastery. Yeah, okay. Estate privilege slot. And a building in the monastery again. I think I could buy that, but we're gonna wait. Okay, let's go ahead and do the estate privilege slot. And then go back into the menu that had that. Okay, trade bonus with those from Village with Clergy Allegiance, where this one was for Labor Allegiance. You have basically neighboring villages are aligned with either labor groups, kingdom groups, or clergy groups. And so some of them I would get a bonus with this one that I wouldn't with this. There's also tithing in churches, like I could tax the tithes. Monastic food. If people need monastics, then their satisfaction lasts longer. Clergy building upkeep reduced. Every time you trade with clergy, you gain influence. Where it doesn't seem like I'm getting a lot of influence otherwise, that might be a good option. Because I'm getting plenty with labor, but not a ton with the clergy. Middle is clergy aligned. Oh, and I could unlock this one. Is there anything currently that I would be useful in this trade route? I don't necessarily need to buy any of these things at the moment. I could sell excess berries if I have them, which I currently do. I could sell honey if I ever get an excess of it. Let's go ahead and unlock it. That's great. So that then gives me 2 different options as far as clergy-aligned trade routes. So let's go ahead and do that, where I get more influence from those. Okay. When I trade with them, at least. A weary traveler passed us by, pleasantly surprised to find lodging. They remarked that no one along their route knew an inn was open. Relieved by the discovery, they ask if they may share the news. Please spread the word. Okay, they'll pass through regularly at that point, and you can pause the inn lodge to halt all of their arrivals. Okay. Alright, you know what? It's nice to be able to have a menu here as well, to see anywhere where maybe we are not fully staffing a building. Alright. Is there a mention of visitors? Is it maybe in my settings? No. Well, let's see here if there's a mention of it. Visitor. Well, no mention of it. That's fine. Just that it exists, not that there's necessarily a way to find a menu item to notify me when villagers or when visitors are coming. But that's all right. Okay. So, now that on that other menu I staffed this, I can see it. This is a job best suited to citizen, and both of these people are serfs, meaning they only work at a quarter productivity. But they don't even have the resources to make anything yet anyway. So, I'm gonna need to get planks and iron over here. Realized I don't think that I have storage for just plain items over here. So maybe we go with a warehouse. Sure. And as soon as we have 10? Oh boy, we are very much in the red. Neat. Okay, that's fine. Every month we're expected to get that much. Oh, interesting. I don't know if I've ever noticed that there's a maximum capacity for the amount of taxes that you can hold on to. I mean, at this point it doesn't matter because I don't have that much room in the treasury anyway, but interesting. So I guess any tax offices I have a certain amount of space available to hold what they hold. And if I'm in the red, but I have that there, I guess technically it is possible for me to run out of space and then no longer be able to tax people. But currently I'm not too stressed about it. If I were to discuss a levy, what would that do for us? lose 30% happiness, but immediately gain more money than I have space for. So, before I do so, I might have to expand my treasury. But I'll need to have money to do so. So I will just have to wait, I think, regardless. So I'll go ahead and build the warehouse as soon as I have the money for it. Then I will look into waiting until I have the necessary money to expand my treasury. At which case, then I can discuss a levy and get a one-time payment of tax outside of the regular monthly taxes. Man. Okay, perfect. Done there. And I think I can immediately assign the people there even though they can't work until it's done. We're going to have all 4 of my current unemployed villagers become transporters for that warehouse. And as soon as it's done, I'll be able to assign the necessary resources. I think then, let's go ahead and edit this one. I'm going to go to the treasury. And I think we're going to expand it a bit further. I think let's throw a tower onto the vestibule that I have for it. A minor one. And then make it tall. Man, that looks a little goofy, doesn't it? Never mind. I could throw it on the corner there. It will then take up that little breezeway space. But it's not like it's actually being used. Ooh. We have achieved that one over there that had to do with a visitor coming and staying and having a good time. So, alright, with that as high as it goes, it increases my treasury capacity by another 210. So let's go ahead and apply that. So as soon as it's done, I can then discuss the levy. Yeah, okay, great. I'm going to slow down time because I'm going to lose track of stuff and that's going to be a problem. Okay. A merchant is approaching the village. Great. Oh, and this isn't a regular merchant. This is a different type of traveler. With so many berries in storage, the elders would like to host a trading fair. In 3 weeks, we need to have happiness at 75, which means maybe I don't do the levy yet, because that's going to decrease happiness by 30%. At that point, we'll get a trade bonus with people of labor allegiance. We'll get a trade bonus when we sell berries, which I think the one that we just unlocked we can sell berries for. And a happiness bonus of 25%, as long as the happiness happens. Okay, I could influence... I'd basically try to force the foragers to work harder. 70% chance of that being a success. And everything still happens the same way as far as the results, but I might just get more berries, which I don't think is a problem if I'm going to start selling some, so... Perfect, and we were successful in that endeavor. So, they're going to work faster, which is great. And because we have so many berries in storage, I think we're going to go into the trade menu to berries. We're going to sell anything in excess of, let's say, 250, because I still want plenty for my berry brew. But that does mean I'll be able to sell 150, which will be helpful for our overall trade relationships and income. Okay, where's the traveler at? There's one here, one there. A stone deposit out here. Okay. Well, the guy on horseback's definitely going to beat the guy who's walking. Part 3. The Seneschal, drawn by the traveler's tales of your village's progress, acknowledges its impressive growth since your last audience. Now prepare to welcome wealthy citizens, the foundation of great cities. Your village nears the honor of a city charter. So we have villagers as citizens. We need to increase 10 houses to high density, which currently we don't have any. And we're good as far as our monthly profit of taxes. So we are soon, I think, going to gain the capacity to call ourselves a city rather than just a village. But in order to have high density, we need heavy fortification. Now, what provides heavy fortification? Let's find out. Major defensive structures such as stone walls and stone-built castle parts. Now, in progression, stone walls... Decorative fences? Does that count as a stone wall? I would assume so. It's just weird that it's called a fence instead of a wall. City fortifications. City wall. Heavy passive fortification. Okay, no, it's in here. To get there, we need 150 labor splendor. We're currently at 108. Well... You don't need to buy all of one tier to move on to the next, so I won't necessarily worry about either of these for now. Because I want to save that splendor, or not the splendor, the influence. Because once this is unlocked at 150 splendor, I'll need to spend 35 labor influence to unlock that. So we're still a ways out, I think. Wheat for the elders. The elders are looking for wheat. Of course they are. So am I. To help a nearby village running low on food. One of the merchants saw my farm. In 15 days, I need to have 200 wheat in storage. I could possibly haggle for it. But I don't even know that I'm actually going to be able to effectively do it. Doesn't look like there's any negative as far as a failure. So we'll go ahead and say yes and hope we can get it done now that we've got the expansion over here. You know what? Actually, just for a moment, I'm going to do wood cutting. And I'm going to say, don't do any cutting over here. Just cut these ones over here. Just for a moment, so that they can get more space there for that wheat field. And then, hopefully, I will remember to fix that so that they keep expanding my coal inventory. Okay, so to have that wheat, we need to go to the granary. Swap this to a wheat option. if we're able to fill that one, it's going to take 100. Let's go ahead and build a granary up here as well. Travelers. Okay, this isn't done yet. But how are we doing on taxes? We're doing all right. Okay. As far as some of these houses, we have the ability to have high quality housing, but we're still waiting on the heavy fortification for high density housing. But I suppose I could probably get more road pavers. So I've just got the one here. And they can only really handle... I got a decent amount paved. Did I already build another one? I don't think so. And they use regular stone for that. Okay. I think that's worth doing. And all of these count as having paved roads already. Except you. Oh, you don't paint what's paved. They just kind of will do it within a certain range. So maybe if we do another paver's yard... maybe do it right here. $200. Alright, that's fine. And then I think maybe we can do another one over here once that's done, or once we've got the money for it. Assign both of our current unemployed people here to the granary. And as soon as it's built, hopefully within enough time, we'll find out, we will assign wheat to go there as well. But even this farm that has space for extra wheat already harvested for the season, so there's not any excess. But we do have quite a bit more bread than we used to, so I think maybe we do need to start expanding all of the farms if there's space for it, and the money for it. Did I just add a builder's hut out here, or was it on the other side of the village? I don't remember. Must have been on the other side. Yeah, because that's all part of the wheat farm. Hello, everybody. Well, I guess let's go ahead and throw 2 more here. Oh, and then, after these, they cut down yet? No, wrong button. They are not. Some of them are. So as soon as that's done, I will go ahead and move them back to this area. Okay, so I was going to go check over here. We've got a builder's hut. Where's workshop? Greenery. Let's switch this bread to just plain old wheat. Okay, assign resources here. I think if we go with more stone, more iron ore, more coal, and common wares. That'll be good. Okay. Nice. And this house is being upgraded to high quality. Hey, the visitors who had just come in had a great time and they're boosting my happiness, which is great to make sure that I stay well above the 75 that's going to be needed for this berry fair in 11 days. Yeah, we still have 7 days for the selling wheat to the elders, and we have 0 wheat in storage. Oh boy. Well, we'll assign a wheat here. Let's go with another berry because we want to have some in excess to be able to sell. And then we'll go with bread. And it can never hurt to have more meat. How are our hunters doing over here? I haven't even... Okay, good. They do have boars that they are able to hunt. I'll expand out later maybe if they run out over here, but I don't want to give them any excuse to have to walk all the way to get to it. Okay. Alright. From here, I'm thinking... I'm still so disappointed that the patrol groups are like... They aren't efficient in splitting up. They just kind of all go together. Which is fine, but not great. Oh, and I think I'm just noticing now that it's not just like a one and done as far as patrol. If they pass through it, it doesn't just immediately go to full. It's how long it stays within their view. It will continue to rise. Let's get a couple papers here. And we've got the money to be able to get more papers over here. Which will be good for just increasing the quality of all of this housing. And then I can really hopefully start to promote a lot of people. Let's actually move it over in this direction. More centralized on this side of town. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, there's no way that's gonna happen. Well. Okay. Influence labor estate in my favor. What does that mean? Or I can prospect minerals in hopes that I can start finding crystals and stuff for jewelry. Well. Oh, this is just getting 10 influence with the labor estate. Okay. Well, if I can do that at any time for 50 coins, I might as well start spending my labor influence. More visitors had a great time. Perfect. Alright, well, in that case, since it's easy to gain the influence, I'm going to go ahead and spend it here and here. Because it's going to be a minute before we can get this anyway. And I'll be able to get it real quick, so. I don't know that I'm going to make any of the changes based on those upgrades currently, but we can get to it. And then there was another event that just made people happy, so another happiness boost from that. 25% for delighted visitors and 10 for a rejoicing tale. And those are the parts that are available from the upgrades that I just barely made here in our progression menu. They're not particularly urgent to do at the moment, though. Blacksmith's waiting for iron. Do I need another smelter? They're working at full production. I have both the coal and iron ore essentially in stock. It's just a question of getting it to them, I guess. There's no way to increase the workers at an iron smelter, I don't believe. Yeah, no. Unless that's maybe a thing over here, but I doubt it. Because we could make weapons, but that's not something that I need currently. Yeah, I don't need any of that. Okay. I guess I could look into beekeeping now. Let's start with that and see what it'll take. I think it's an apiary. Nope, no clue. Gotta go through all of them then. Looking for that beekeeper's hut that I unlocked a bit ago. Pretty sure it would be called an apiary. Food production, maybe. Service? No. Goods production. Resource production? Logistics. No. Monument. Is it part of the monastery that I'm not allowed to build? I don't think so. Yeah, it does say monastic beekeeping, which I guess would probably be part of the monastery, but I figure maybe it was just like tied to clergy. Because some of these specifically say, like, this is the hospitium for your monastery. This is the cloister for your monastery. The apiary. Material and luxury. This is a monastery option, so... Well... If I start to build one, does that absolutely just end the game for me? Because according to the book, I should never build a monastery or a castle. And I guess this is a sub-building of the monastery, so it was not necessarily worth increasing in that way. Now, what's all considered luxury items? You're a commoner, so you don't care about luxury items, but I would need somebody who's considered not that. I think our tax collector? Luxury is herbs and honey. Both of those are monastic things that I cannot make. Jewelry and gems, I think, are part of labor. Yes. I need to find gems or gold, so I need to do some prospecting. So that's going to be a mandate. And we've already got the land over here, so let's go ahead and have you prospect here. Hopefully you find something like gems or gold. Okay, these are all of the additions. Cool. Okay, they've chopped over there. Back to, nope, wood cutting. Great. More visitors came and had a great time. I guess ever since having the ability to house them over here, I feel like they come a lot more frequently, which is great. Oh yeah, see? We've got 2 innkeepers. We can hold up to 12 visitors at a time. Sweet. Okay, and now that I've got pavers here, I think we're maintaining a lot more of our pathways paved, which helps as far as maintaining this high-quality housing option. So some of these houses, everything is met for them to have medium or high quality, other than the fact that everybody living in them is a serf, which means they don't have to upgrade. They only have to once they have at least one person of a higher status that they want to house. I hear the horses. Kinstone. The Abbey of Kinstone seeks a patron to endow new trading counters and improve business relations. They hope you will provide such influence. Yeah, okay. So, Kinstone. It costs 25 clergy influence and 10 coins, but that needs a monastic emissary, which is part of the monastery, so I can't do that here. So maybe I just didn't need to worry about it, but oh well, that's fine. Okay. You're doing great as far as having all of your needs met here. So we're going to boost you up to citizen. Hey, our fair's done. We got some labor influence from it. So, great. Trying to increase our output of common clothing. Because this job is best suited to citizen, and all 3 of them were commoners before. Now it's only 2 of them. I'm hoping now that we got rid of those trees, that is considered all farmable space. fact, let's actually look as far as wood cutting. Because it seems like they're able to maintain quite a bit there with the forester. Let's have them take down this tree line here. And then we'll have the forester not restock there. Yeah, okay. And back to wood cutting. We're not even going to have you cut here for now. We're just going to have you cut in this area to make more room for field. And then once that's all gone, we'll put you back in this area here. Okay, I think I'm going to expand this wheat field over here. Get us a couple more workers. And let's get some labor splendor through decorations. Don't think we need to worry about the barn, because the wheat almost immediately leaves. So we'll apply those changes here. And once that's been upgraded, we'll assign some more wheat farmers out here. So what's the biggest deal? You can't find a house close to your workplace? Charcoal burner. Let's locate where you are at here. Okay, you're currently in the center of town attending service. Your workplace is this one out here. So I think we need to have more houses out here so that people are more easily able to attend where they want to. Okay, housing is this lighter green. I was confused for a second. I suppose then, let's go ahead and make this all housing space. Don't know if that counts as being wide enough for somebody to consider it space to build a house in, but it's an option, I guess. Alternatives out here, there are not many. I guess we could also make this housing space. We'll chop down a couple trees, but there's still enough for us to be using for charcoal, so that should be fine. Interesting, this is the only house that doesn't currently have a paved road, but that's okay. We don't need that necessarily until we have a ton of citizen villagers, but I don't think that that's anywhere near where we currently are. Plus, it's not like you have to convert all of them. Some jobs are best suited to serfs, so there's no reason to promote them. The real only benefit would be you get more coins per person that you tax at higher, in higher brackets, I guess. I don't know what to call it, but yeah, the higher they are in their class, the more you get paid in tax. And I'm not charging this group yet because there's only 4 of them. You know what, we might as well. It's not like happiness is an issue for us. We get 75 a month from those 4 people. And I only have the 1 tax office. And I think I remember reading somewhere that taxes can only be paid if they can kind of fit it in their schedule. And if they have to walk to the other side of town, then you might miss out on taxes. So maybe I need another tax office, which is part of the manor house. We'll throw a tax office. Let's go with a gablet roof hall. Or, yeah, okay. We could do a stone tower. I have also found out that it counts as minor, what's it called? Fortification, I think? Or maybe it just counts as being, watched, like by the watchman, if you have a tower. And you can see that there is a highlighted pink area for that here. So, it's not super necessary to have it, but I'm curious to know if it makes any sort of difference for what we're currently doing. Now, it does have a capacity for either 1 tax collector or 2. And we're going to do the 2, I think. I'm going to put a door on a tower. Sure can. Put it right here. Or I could twist this a little bit. Yeah. If I turn it around... Okay, I like that better. I'm gonna apply that. 2 tax collectors can be here once it's done, I think. I think that also will allow for space from, what's it called? More taxes to be collected. Because I have the capacity of 2,700, but I think when it's done, maybe it'll be higher. We'll find out. Maybe that's just if I improve my treasury again, so I'll have to keep an eye out for it. Okay, we're holding some common wares, that's good. Oh boy, 5 of them, eh? Well, Paver's Yard's over here with nobody, so 3 here. And get a couple more here. This field is too small for my extra 2 workers I just added. It's now adequately sized, but I'm going to get even more. So we'll stop here, but then we'll expand it out once we get more. Okay. We get 150 labor splendor. You know, we're going to get at least a couple on these haystacks. But gonna need quite a bit more. So I need to beautify. I guess I could start with this tax office. I edit it and I throw on, I guess this major tower. Oh. I thought it should. Oh yeah, there's 3 labor splendor on that. I guess I put a boring building, or a boring door on it that doesn't add to labor splendor, but that's fine. attached to some things, but not to that. A balcony? That's kind of fun. That adds 4 to it. It looks a little goofy on a tower, so maybe not. Same with our simple passageway for now. Can't throw a weather vane on top of a tower. Interesting. Let's give a stable out here just for added splendor. Doesn't need to be attached necessarily, but I guess it will be. We'll apply that. Okay, visitors. Visiting combatants. Interesting. Well, unfortunately, my inn's already full. Don't know what you're hoping for. But I guess they're happy. Alright. Cool. So I guess if I want to see any current visitors... Oh, maybe those are ones that are already in here. It might be. If you click on it, you'll be able to see the groups that are currently a part of it. Cool. Okay, what am I not buying from Davenport? Oh no, we have so much money right now. Well, gotta buy some stuff. How's our... Okay. You're currently prospecting. We're running out of inventory, or space for money. We could do another iron smelter, I think. But I need to do it maybe away from housing. Which I think this is fine here. It is right near the other one, but I think that's okay, because this is where a lot of iron and coal is stored. So let's go ahead and do that. Surplus tools for beer. They want to trade a surplus of beer gifted by the monks they are tending to. They desperately require tools. So if I can give them 80, which I already have, I will get 75 beer and 5 labor influence. Yeah, let's do it. Because tools are kind of hard to come by because it's a whole long process of mining iron and coal, smelting it, and then turning it into tools. But I've got the infrastructure, and it's nice to have excess beer, because that helps with keeping my population entertained. You're happy enough here. Let's make you a commoner so that you make berry... Oh, so that you tavern better. I wanted to look at the makers of berry brew. Citizen's the best option for you. And you don't even have your commoner needs met, so we're going to hold off on upgrading you there. Oh no, I have a goods shortage. What do you mean? Is that a different thing? What are you talking about? Angnolina? Angnolina? Goods shortage. One of your needs has not been met in a long time. Okay. So it's not the group as a whole, but you specifically. So you either don't have housing that fits your needs as a commoner, which you should. We've got plenty of medium quality housing around. Or you're upset that you can really only find one of the 2 refined foods that you're looking for. Which is fair because meat and bread are both currently not super supplied in that spot. So, alright. Well, with our new people, I think hopefully this farm is upgraded. Yes. So let's paint more farm space. In fact, we'll go until it says too big and we'll cut it back just a little bit. Okay. Okay. Now, the question here is the butchery. Do they work fast enough? This is a job that is suited to commoner, of which both of them are. I guess I'm not getting enough boars to feel like I need another butcher, but maybe I need another hunter. Let's do a hunter's hut out here. Oh no, our income. We need to start spending some of that immediately. Yeah, let's get a hunter here. And that's good. Okay. Oh boy, that hunter is running out of stuff here, so they're going to have to kind of travel further. I might want to buy this land. In fact, I think that's a good way to spend my money immediately so that I don't exceed my treasury. Also, we'll get the space for... Okay, good, there is housing out here. To expand housing further. That's so out of the way of most of town, though. Gonna hold off on residential over there, because I think generally we still do have housing near workplaces, especially now that we've got this. Lanfred, where are you at? Workplace. Okay, you work way out here. And the nearest residential housing is way over here. Yeah, okay. That's fair. Let's get you housing maybe out here. No, not on the farm. What am I talking about? Let's actually buy another territory. Expand housing out here. So that hopefully the miners will feel happier about having home closer to their workplace. So you're a farmer here, so that's also going to help you have housing. You are a miner here. You probably have the same complaint. Workplace is unusable. What do you mean? Oh, it's because it's not built yet. Okay. Well, you're happy otherwise. We're going to promote you because this job is best suited to citizen. So the closer you are to that, the better. And back to happiness. We're looking at anything in this realm. Yep, still you. Yeah. But otherwise, people have homes near their workplaces, so we're good. But I do think that the houses out here will not have easy access to some resources. So I need to probably start doing some marketplaces of some sort. At the very least, I'm going to give him a well because I'm pretty sure there's not one anywhere close. And water is one of their basic needs. So we'll put it right here. And, oh, guess what I never did? Oh, good. They've still got wood to cut, so I'm not going to worry about it for now. Okay. Now, how are we doing on wheat production? Oh, okay. We've currently got a good amount. I don't know if I've ever actually been watching it at the moment of having it mostly harvested, so I imagine it'll run it pretty quick, but not doing terrible that way. Okay, Davenport, I think I stopped buying from them because I was able to start making my own common, where is it? Common wares. So now I never have under the limit that I was considering for trade. Resources. Common wares. Yeah, see, I've got 74 right now. I won't buy any until I have less than 20. So, I need to go back to trade routes and look at Davenport. I can't sell them boars because I need that. I can sell hops. I don't have a great supply of them. Especially since I'm using them to make beer. Davenport. And I can't do honey or wax like I originally thought, or candles. I can sell bread, but that's not great either. So I think I'm really holding out hope for finding gems. Or I can start selling some beer. Got a decent amount of it. I'm not going to sell too much because it does help with my entertainment needs. But I do need to do this to improve our ability with Davenport's trade. So, we're going to go to beer. We're going to sell everything above the value of, let's say, 120. So we should never dip below 120. But that then gives us something to trade with Davenport. I guess the question is anybody else going to do that as well? They don't want beer. They don't want beer. They do want beer, which is the one that I'm looking for. They don't. And they don't. So good. Any beer will go exclusively to Davenport. Which will help with this tutorial, that once we've traded $1,000, 1,000 coins worth of goods, then I'll be able to get a new edict or privilege unlocked. Now, Davenport is allied with the kingdom, so I think the privilege for that one will be one of these kingdom privileges. Yeah, okay. So, how is our paper's yard doing out here? Have they done anything? I don't even remember where I put them. Right here. Pave and maintain nearby dirt paths into stone roads. Alright, I guess let me know when you've done that. Maybe they wait for the first time until they have 50 and then they go for it. Because that's not a thing that you can... Oh. Sure is a thing that you can do. No wonder they aren't doing it. Okay, well, in any sort of residential area where there's housing, I want the paths to be paved. And you might as well pave this out to the residential housing that I've set up out here. Okay. Now, actually, I want to check to make sure as far as paving. We should pave out to any houses here. We're gonna cut down some hunting space here. Okay. Paving will continue through here. So I guess I never did that part. Okay. And then I think we'll also need to do some paving way out here. I don't know if they'll go that far, but it's worth looking into. Okay. Is there any glaring unhappiness that I need to be worried about? Teresa as a tax collector. You have no refined food of the 3 that you want. That's unfortunate. Okay. Again, we're just running into that supply chain issue of having enough meat and bread made. Okay. Well, should have a hunter's hut soon. And just checking, one of these out here did not have a paved road. Maybe it will now that I touch some of the stuff up there. They can't pave because I got no stone. It's because I'm running low on stone in general. Okay, well I need some more stone cutters then. Is there anything that I can do over here at this quarry to increase the amount of workers? No, just put a whole new quarry on it, which that one does not have space for. Okay. Well, that's a marble deposit. You can have some marble. That's pretty good. Let's throw a quarry on there for marble. Doesn't help with stone, but I think marble's a good thing to have. Yeah, we'll tack it on right there. And then I think we'll put a couple of cranes for additional resource storage. Okay. Oh no. I think let's go ahead and expand some more because we are running out of space, and then I think I'm going to fill out my what's it called? Treasury more. Purchase this one, and this one, and this one. Okay. Now this is done, we're going to get a couple hunters there. Now, as far as this tax collector building here, I'm going to assign someone else here who is a serf. I'm going to make you a commoner. Now, if I go into taxes, I don't remember what the capacity was before. I think it's the same. But at the very least, this means that I have more tax collectors to keep up. So, I want to expand this treasury. decent amount. Maybe we just get a tall building over on this side. Raise it up. So currently it'll have 300, 390, 480. It does look a little funny, but I think going forward I need to start building upward rather than outward for the sake of just making sure people have access to stuff in better places. And you know what? Let's go ahead and throw on a boudoir next to it. Or maybe part of it is kind of layered, overlapped housing or building. And that should give me 570 more, which is, I think, a good amount of space. And then maybe we also throw on a... I guess it counts as having a door? Alright. Neat. I guess because it's part of the other treasury. Let's put a tower on it. A manor observatory or a major tower. Let's do a major tower. Which at its lowest would add... I don't remember how much I had before. But if we poke it out the top like that, that'll give us 960 more than the 360 we already have, I think, added on from the rest of the treasury. And just because I want it to look nice, let's also throw on, because this is going to be 13 labor splendor, let's go ahead and put a manor gate stone right there. That'll give us 15 more splendor. That should hopefully keep me from panicking about having my coffers full at any time. Also maybe start in trade to maybe get a little bit more excess as far as buying stuff. I think let's buy up to 130 in common wares for now. And then maybe we start buying some clothes too. Let's go up to 75. Yeah, because that should hopefully help keep the common needs met for products, not necessarily food. Maybe food's more important and urgent, but maybe we can do both. Can I buy meat? I would love to. Can I buy bread? Let's say up to 150. Because if I supplement what I'm already making with the stuff that I'm buying from other nations, then hopefully that'll do us some good. Now, did it just say that I sold some common wares or that I bought some? Trade. I bought common wares. 32 of them for 320. Good, because I think that was the intent. Great. Abby bought some berries and sold some meat. So hopefully with that, that's going to help us make sure that people aren't unhappy with the amount of food they are or are not getting. And then hopefully that'll help me to build up my own stockpile so that it's not just that I'm at the whims of just constantly being at the limit. But I think I have this land. I do not. And I can't purchase it because all of my money just went to trade. But that's alright. Once I do, then I can build a quarry here for stone as well, since I am running low on stone. Oh no. All of these higher quality buildings are requiring tools, and I currently don't have any. I think because I did that one deal over here that spent like 90 of my tools, I no longer have the stockpile that I was banking on. I'm out of stone for paving roads. I forgot I got distracted by the marble. Now, marble. What'd that do? Marble? Wow, very helpful. Thank you. I imagine it's considered luxury, but I don't know if it has to be refined into something. So you're gonna tell me if I just hover over it? No. Actually, I think that might be useful for a couple things. I can track where meat is. Okay. And then bread. Smelter's done, I forgot. Okay. Your needs are met. Your needs met. So now you're going to be more effective at smelting. Okay, good. This paver's paving this area, which is nice. Is there anything else I wanted to keep an eye on as far as resources? Nice. Okay. Unemployed. This, I don't think is a great way to do that. I think there was a way to see buildings that I have. Buildings. Are there any that are understaffed? This workplace is under construction, but I can assign villagers to it, maybe. Okay. I guess it won't let me yet. That's fine. And at the treasury, there's no worker space, but I don't think you need a worker there. I don't even think it lets you assign it, so it's interesting that it gives you that message, but yeah, even with the existing treasury that's already done, there's no way to assign a worker, which is fine. I do think with our expanded space, if I were to discuss a levy, that does 770, 790. I've got the space for it, so let's go ahead and do the levy. So right now I don't have any challenges based on happiness. We've levied our coins, which will allow us then to spend on all sorts. I go back to trade. Okay, we've bought our bread and meat basically up to the value that it will ever need. We might use a little bit of those resources, but I don't think that it'll ever be like spending 300 to get those in bulk again. I think the same is true for common wares. I think we're still going to spend money on clothes. But we could probably spend some on iron for now. It'll sold us some bread, which is great. Because when I got all that money, it was near the capacity, and it was nice to be able to spend some before taxes then outstrip my ability to house them for now. Because this needs to be done before that. Oh boy. I think maybe I do need to leave the option open for buying tools. I turned it off back once we had a decent amount ourselves, but I think it'll be nice to build back up to have an excess. And oh boy, yeah, I need stone cutting immediately. Okay, so way out here, we're gonna buy this territory. We are going to, oh, I don't do it here, I do it here. We're gonna build a quarry. Right there. Oh, we can build multiple quarries. I did not know that, and I think that will be useful for all my other quarries that I've got going. So this one can have still a maximum of these. But we can have carts for more if we need. Don't know why they're red like that, but I suppose it's fine. And then a small crane, which is literally just decoration. And I don't quite know... Oh, you can attach it on the underside there. Okay, great. Or over here. Awesome. Okay. How are you doing as far as wood cutting space? Okay, you've mostly gotten rid of those trees, which is great. I will go ahead and expand into this space for you. It's going to take a lot of tools. Okay. I think then maybe I do want to expand the amount of tools that I can buy. Let's say we're going to buy up to 100. Can't imagine that we're going to be able to afford to do it all at once, but I think it's worth it. Okay, it's good that we've got meat and bread there. Great, we've actually got a good amount of meat and bread now that we're buying to make up the difference. I guess I'm learning the rules of running a society and how maybe you can't just fully supply, like be 100% self-sufficient if you want to be successful. Don't know how specifically realistic any of the game is, but I do imagine there's at least part of it that is accurate in that sense. I guess the question is, I didn't realize that they planted the fields over the paths. I would have hoped that they went around them. Can people still walk through them without any issue? I guess the answer is yes. Person's gonna go rest. Okay. Hey, ever since I increased the amount of stuff I was buying, got a good amount of trade between us and Davenport. Not quite halfway to the point that we need, but we're getting there. Wool for the king! Of course they want wool again. 200 in storage. That's not something that I can even do. There's no benefit to accepting it. I don't need to do that. I might as well. Like, there's no downside to accepting it, I mean. I think I said benefit, but... So I need more wool, need more sheep for that. Do I have any storage space where I'm looking for wool? This one is not. Oh yeah, okay. There's 100 there. And then, are there any other places? This one does not. This one does not. Well, even if I did have an excess of wool, currently, I've already lost it. This one. I do not have space to put it. So, I think we need another warehouse out here. And maybe even a builder's hut. Because to expand out here means that I'm going to need more builders closer. Once this is done, I will make space for at least one or two things of wool. I guess I could buy it, but I think then I'm playing fast and loose with the amount of money I actually have at my disposal. But I am making $925 per month in taxes, so maybe it's fine. Let's see, based on trade, does anybody sell wool? Just straight up wool, not cloth. No, they do not. Okay, well, never mind. Okay, so of all projects that are currently in progress, we've got stone quarry, warehouse. This builder's hut is done. The workers are just getting there. There's some houses that are in the process of being made. Why would you try to improve the house if it costs glass that you don't have? Okay, well, is there anybody I can buy glass from? That's ridiculous. I can sell glass. I can buy it from Davenport. Nope, wrong button. Keep doing that. Okay, we're gonna go here. We're gonna go to glass, and I think we're just gonna buy up to 10. Just to keep up with that, because glass is gonna require, I think, quartz, which I don't currently have access to. Yeah, we're still missing marble. I think for the sake of stone, which keeps a lot of things running, I'm going to prioritize the stone deposit. Here's that house. No, how did I get so few planks? Well, that's a problem. still got a decent amount of logs, so we're just not working fast enough in our sawmills. And can I upgrade my sawmills? I don't remember if that was something that I did. Lumber camp improvement, but I don't think there's a sawmill improvement. Okay. So we need to... I think we might as well just have another woodcutter. Maybe. Let's look at hunting. Okay. All of this area here can't even be hunted. There's no more boars. So hunting needs to expand out in this area. And then we can cut down all these trees here. I don't know if this path is necessary in order to get to that boar. I guess we'll see. Okay. You know what? I don't even think it's worth it to have them trek all the way over to that one. So, no more hunting in this area. Meaning we can chop all these trees down. So, we're going to build a woodcutter's hut. No. What's it called? Lumber camp. Oh, yeah, okay. But it can't be near houses, which is the frustrating thing. So for right now, let's go here. Let's get a fun little decorative tool rack. Perfect. Let's have some posts for people to, so that we can assign additional workers out here. Then have excess storage here. Because then we can probably keep up with the amount of wood cutting that I would like to do down here. Because currently we've got these coal ones cutting down these trees, and the forest are reforesting that area. But I think it'll be nice for the sake of visibility for me to just kind of cut down all this and go from there. Okay, how are we doing on the stone? It's okay, but not great because tools are low. But 5 different builders are bringing resources. What part is currently blocked? What do you mean? Is it just that there's trees in the way, so they have to cut them down? Or did I build something wrong? Oh, I guess we'll find out. And we just barely bought some tools with our money, which means that we have none left at the moment. Which is okay. Tools are important to get a lot of these things done. This one's still missing 30. Got 65. This one's still missing 62. So, because we're prioritizing this, hopefully that means they all go here first, because that'll give us the stone that we're behind on in a lot of ways. And then that should help us keep up. What would it take to expand this one? We go with another quarry on this side. That costs 10 tools and 20 planks. We're also running low on planks because of the wood issue. I can't buy it anyway, but we'll have it there to add on later. Man, okay. Alright. Okay, so what are we looking at here? Purely in territory and upkeep, we're spending 900 plus another 500, so 1400. But our income exceeds that. With taxes, it's 1,000, but then tavern's bringing us a decent amount of money. So, don't need to be too stressed about it. But my expenses did increase quite a bit this time, mostly from trading, where last time I didn't spend any. This month we had to increase to get all of those things. So, no wonder we're running low, but most of those things we don't have to continuously buy anymore. I would say we could buy more planks, but I don't think that that's something that we have money for. Revelers. Okay. Okay, this again was 150. We're at 123. Yeah, we have 2 days to get the wool. We're currently sitting at 0. We have 100, but it's not in storage. It's in somewhere within the production line. And you need to have it excess in storage in order for it to count. I guess we could see how much planks would cost. I'm gonna guess 2 coins each. We buy it from Northbury, they don't have, or Middle. Planks. No planks, just logs. Yeah, nobody sells planks. Alright, well, that's fine. Yeah, and that's not getting done anytime soon because it requires wood, planks, and cloth, and tools, all of which are currently being used elsewhere. Great. Yep, there it is. Oh no. Sorry, merchant. My bad. Okay. All resources are available for this particular building, which is great for us. I guess now we just speed it ahead, because that's all, we just kind of have to wait. Perfect. Alright, we can get a couple miners going. I don't have anybody available. Well, I will unassign the woodcutters from over here, because I just put them there since they had nowhere else to go. They can't do any cutting until the building's actually built. So I'm going to unassign all three of them. Assign two of them out here. And then I'll hold off on the other one because as soon as this is built more, we can fit 2 more workers on it. It said all resources were available. Why did it lie to me? Maybe it was just to complete that first section to add workers to it. I guess that makes sense. Speed it up again. I'm gonna go take a look and make sure we haven't had any immigrants come in that I need to claim. Good. Okay, good. And marketplace guy is bringing meat. Great. More travelers, which is fantastic. Oh wait, these are the patrollers. That's great. Okay. What are we doing on wheat? Got 84. 7 flour, 200 bread. 1 citizen left? What do you mean? Why? Because it was a citizen, and citizens' needs are harder to meet. Goodbye. I guess that's why I can't click on you, because you're not a part of my village anymore. Okay, but what was your job? Because I'm gonna need to restock. Of course it was my main tax collector. Fine. As soon as we have money, we'll upgrade you to a commoner, but I guess we won't make the jump to citizen yet. Because I guess there are people who still will be upset about certain needs not being met. I think specifically high quality housing? I don't know. No, we've got some high quality housing. I guess this is where that citizen used to live. So I think all 5 of the existing ones are citizens, maybe? Oh, maybe all of these aren't citizens. And this is a timer going down, saying that if we don't get a citizen in here by then, it will then be downgraded to medium quality. Which isn't terrible. I just think that it will cost resources to upgrade or to downgrade the house, maybe. Which kind of sucks, because I don't have them at the moment. I was so confident in all of the other resources, I didn't realize that the most basic ones were running out. Well, I've got 2 unemployed people. I guess I will assign 2 of them here to be woodcutters once that's done. Everything's going as far as iron. We got 37, not bad. Okay. We could go ahead and apply this 10 here. And we will prioritize that, I think. Oh great, we've got miners available for marble. Okay. I think maybe we'll prioritize this stone one once the other one's done, so that hopefully between the 2 of them we can make up the amount of stone that we're missing. Let's check as far as selling. I don't remember if we're still selling fish. We are, but only if we have more than 200. Okay. Alright. We're so close on this one. I don't know why I said to empty stock of wool here. But maybe that's one reason why we're not keeping any stored. Great. Now we've got space for 2 more miners. Don't have the miners yet, but I think they should be coming shortly. Yeah, we got 2 more showing up. The house is downgrading. Yep, okay. This one, which was the one that used to have a citizen but doesn't anymore. And of course it does cost to downgrade, so they're going to be waiting a minute on that. Housing is insufficient. For you as a serf, you don't have a house? That's crazy. No, this is available for you. What's your job? Maybe there's just not one near your workplace. So, let's expand some residential housing out here. What is considered undesirable? Okay, not there. Actually, I imagine everything around there will eventually be able to have a quarry. So I know that they probably just barely made space to build a house there, but let's not. Let's instead build into the forest out here. And hopefully that's close enough to these workplaces out here. Oh, still don't want that there. Getting too ahead of myself. Oh, okay. Okay. So let's go ahead and undo that. Yeah, see, I don't want that there. Yes. But they just barely replaced that with one here, so that's great. Is that still an issue? Is there anybody who does not, or that has a current alert about not having housing? Yeah, I know your workplace is unusable. Don't worry, we're getting to it. Same here. Great. Okay. Okay, this is fully done, so I think I want to prioritize then the other stone one. Wait a minute, where did you get gems from? Did I buy some? Why would they be here? Nope, I don't have anything for gems, so I guess maybe they can just randomly find them? That's neat. Okay, I guess I never really figured out what to do with marble. Probably sculpting. Well, I guess is there a way to, like... No. Well, whatever. I'll keep working and I'll figure it out, but I guess that's not the most urgent thing at the moment. Most urgent is making sure that I actually have the stone to supply almost everything that I build. And then I'm working on planks, I think, at that point. But once this one's done, I think I'm going to prioritize the lumber camp over there. Well, let's do the treasury first, because then that gives us a little bit more breathing room when it comes to the amount of money I can hold. And then, at that point, I'll do the lumber camp. So, as soon as this is done, currently we've got 6 planks coming, and then we're going to need 5 more. Great, Everart's going to bring, Everart is going to bring 5 more, is currently bringing 5 more. And then at that point, I will prioritize the treasury, then the lumber camp, and then make another sawmill or 2 to hopefully help get through the amount of wood that we're cutting. Okay, resources are all there. Now they're just going to finish building. As soon as that's done, we will be able to go to the treasury. Surplus polished stones. They can trade me some beer for polished stones. I have 173 in total. I have the 100 in storage that they would want. Oh boy. I could ask for more beer. The issue is I think this caps at 50 in this. Yeah, okay. So I could do that and get 5 influence, but not actually get it. I could lose 10, so I'll spend 10 of my influence to hopefully get a better deal. Currently it's 75 beer for 100 stone. They agree. So now it's 100 stone for 100 beer. Great. And because I spent 10, I'll get 5 back. Go ahead and confirm that. Done. Okay. I've got 2 more people. I imagine this stone thing is done. Oh, no, not quite. Because whoever the builder is was on break, and so a new builder's coming to finish it up. Hopefully finish it. I don't know how fast they go. But this is them. Nice. Okay. 2 more miners here. And now we are out of employees, but that's fine. Next we're going to do the treasury, which has all its materials. Oh, just kidding. It ran out of stone somehow. I guess maybe there were 2 there that then were taken somewhere else? I don't know. But that should be done shortly, and then we'll get the woodcutter. The lumber camp. Oh, I think there was something else over here. Yes, okay. Celebrating bread. With so much bread, the elders believe your village might be ready for a bread fair. If you can ensure everyone has a good time, there's a good chance of trading will increase. So, this will help with clergy. I need to have bread, which I do. I need to wait for it to be over. I can order my bakers to work double. 40% chance that they do well, 50%, 60% chance that they're panicked and do worse. We got 216. I guess it's not terrible if they do worse. Doesn't cost me anything. Yeah. See how it does. Okay, we messed it up. That's okay. Now this one, iron ore. Got 166 in stock. We could trade. We get up to 200. Again, this is one of those that turning them down doesn't make sense because there's no negatives if I don't live up to their 15-day deadline. But I might as well spend some of my labor influence to get a better deal. So instead of 300, I'm going to get 600 off of this deal. Okay. I need to have 200 in storage. Yeah, okay. Let's try it. I think then, as soon as this one's done... Oh, excuse me. We'll go ahead and prioritize the lumber camp. Oh, nice. Looks like they're already going, so maybe we won't prioritize it. As soon as this one's done, I think maybe I'm going to approve the expansion on the iron deposit here. I'm going to edit the building and throw another quarry on there. And we'll move the crane over here. Yeah, okay. Of course. It's so close to being done. Just have to wait for a builder to be available to come finish it. It is prioritized though, so it should be the very first builder that's available will come here. Said, okay, perfect. I was about to say, we know that nobody's coming until it actually says that somebody's assigned to it, and nobody had at the time. But we're good now. Done. Let's go, Big Veer. So 860 is my max right now, to 1820 freight. So, now that that's done, let's prioritize this for the sake of getting this deal done. I don't know if they'll do it fast enough, because we have 9 days to get 52 more. And that's on top of the ones that are constantly being used for iron production. Although, this one's full, so it's not like they're currently using any until somebody can take it away from them. on, coal. Only 30. Uh-oh. I guess the increase in production of iron worked as far as giving me more finished iron. But need more coal. So maybe need to have another one of these coal charcoal huts. We have a total of 217 iron available. Okay, good. Some delighted visitors had a good time. But only 168 in storage. We have 5 days. But immigrants. Okay. We do got some more. Guess we could assign them here as soon as it's done, but I don't know if it'll be done in time. Yeah, we got 2 days, and we still only have 177 in storage. Still on the rise, but I don't think we'll get there fast enough. That's all right. Still delighted visitors. That's always nice. I think we're gonna go ahead and start building a sawmill out here. Maybe 2 or 3. Yeah, okay. We'll see about improving our trade with Davenport. Yep, ore was not there. Because we made it to 195 in storage. So close. Didn't accidentally, while I was pushing that, start new building. Okay. Let's go ahead and build another one right here. These are not ones that you can, like, add expansions to have more workers. I guess this is no longer as urgent to get done, but it's fine. They've got the materials already. I think while we're at it, let's go ahead and edit the marble to have another quarry right there. Save a few more resources. Well, that's always good for happiness. And the fair happened with the bread, and everyone was happy about it. Whose path is blocked and where? You're here. We were trying to get to what destination? Or was trying to get to this destination? I don't know. Not super clear when it tells me that. Okay, how much am I trading for meat? Until I have 170? Why do I keep buying it? It just said that I bought more, but I've got 230. Maybe that's why I stopped buying some of those other products, because they kept buying even though I had enough. I don't know. I guess I can slow this down now. Okay, warehouse is done. We're gonna put excess stone here for just to have on hand. And we'll put glass, because in order to upgrade some of those houses, I'm gonna need somewhere for them to put the glass once they sell it to us. Then, what else do I feel like we're missing out on? These have to be non-food items. We've got a good amount of common wares now. I should start selling them in a market. Let's go ahead and have some iron ore over here, I think. Then... couple more of those guys. Let's expand this market. I don't have any luxury things currently, so we'll go with a goods stall. Expand it over here. And let's go ahead and put some red on it, because why not? Okay, once that's done, I'll be able to assign it those common goods. And now I have immigrants. Neither of these sawmills is done enough to assign workers. But let's speed up gameplay just to get these done, maybe. Nice. Okay. Got 3 carpenters here. There's, well, 1 here. As soon as I get more, we'll deal with it. Okay, how are things going over here? Working with that. Oh, that's right, I forgot. As soon as I get more, I will assign them to iron deposit and then to the sawmill. I'll speed up game here. No more room available at lodging. Guess we need to build onto our inn lodge or build a second one. Oh, a whole new group of inn lodgers. That's a problem. There's no space, unless that's the same group. It might be. Let's edit this one. decor necessarily. I mean, it might be good to have, but I want to increase our capacity. I could just put you across the way. Yes, you will kind of break down the stick wall that they've got there. Well, maybe not. Yeah, right here's actually great. And then if we also raise this side up, we'll be able to fit another 12 people in there. And let's go with a thatched canopy entrance. And throw on actually some windows here. Ooh, gables? Nice. Actually, I think instead of this one on this bigger building, I want to have one of those on either side. So this was part of the decorations that I got upgraded before. Or a bay window? Man, okay. Just here on the back side next to the sheep, I guess. Can I figure out how to put the sign on now? Oh. Terrace seating. Let's give them a little outdoor thing. Great. There's some ivy on there. Oh, that's so fun. Alright, sure, we'll start with that. I spend way too many resources for it, but it'll be good for visitors. Okay, now with that said, this market's done. I will assign common wares and have a tender here. And then I'm just gonna assign a couple here to this sawmill. And the remaining one out to the iron deposit. And we're gonna have to call it there. We have made leaps and bounds as far as the sheer scope of our land. That does come with its own frustrations, I guess, and difficulties as far as making sure I can supply them with everything. I think knowing what I know now, if I do another one, I think I'm going to try to keep everything as closely contained as possible so that I don't have to deal with transport being such an issue. But I still feel like it's going all right, so I'm not upset about it. All right. So, that said, I think we're done for the evening. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. And yeah, we'll continue this on next Monday. And I will see you all on Thursday, where we're going to be playing Peak with Doxybot. So we'll see you then. Have a good night. Bye.